Okay, so today we're going to be going over TradingView platform. Okay, so this video is specifically going over some bells and whistles that TradingView provide to traders or even individuals who want to know about stocks and how they move and the prices and things. Okay, so TradingView is a free platform. They allow you to have this chart for your stock analysis, but the free version doesn't allow you to take advantage of all of the things you could place on this chart and utilizing the different screens that you can have up, as you can see. All right, so it minimizes you using advanced features, but it gives you the ability to just pull this stock up and be able to do the basics that you need. Okay, we'll get to the basics that's needed on analyzing a stock chart in another video. But again, I wanted to go through TradingView and how the basics that need to be known about TradingView. So number one, when you download your TradingView, you want to make sure that you're on the correct time zone. Okay, because you want these stock movements. That's what these represent. These candlesticks represents the stock movement, and we are on the daily time frame, as you see at the top right here. This is clicked, so all of these individual candles represent one day. Okay, so we're on a daily time frame. So we are looking at the ETF QQQ, as you can see up here on the top left. We're looking at QQQ's price movement on the daily time frame, so every day. So as you see on the bottom, that black tab, I am pointing on this one. So at the bottom, black tab shows you Friday, August 1st. So this was QQQ's movement on Friday, August 1st. This one is the day before. Okay, so Thursday, all of this movement. Okay, and so forth and so on. So each one of these represents a day because we are on the daily time frame. Okay, but back to the basics when getting your TradingView account. Okay, so you want to go into your settings, that wheel on the top right. It's like a nut, looks like it, nut and bolt. That's your settings icon. You want to go there. You want to go into your scales. Let's check scales. Yep, scales. You want to check your date format. Make sure, you can change this. This is preference, right? How you want the date, the day, the month, and the year to be expressed. You can, put your preference there. Okay, time, hours format. Okay, so you can use 24 hours. That's pretty much military time, so it continues to go through 24 hours, or 12 hours. I use 12 hours, and this is reflected when you this is reflected by when you go down to the lower time frames, like the hour, 30-minute, the lower time frames. It reflects by time, as you see on this bottom row right here, right? It's the time. So if you have 24 hours, as you see on that bottom tab as I'm moving through, if you have 24 hours after this 12 p.m., you would get 13. Then it go 14. Then it go 15. You get it? So that's the difference between having it on the 12-hour format or the 24-hour format. So on the 12-hour format, it gives you what you would reflect on a analog clock or even a digital clock, but it would reflect after 12, you get a 1 a.m., 2 a.m., okay? Opposed to getting after 12, 1300 hour, 1400 hour, okay? So that's what that represents on the scale time hour format. You want to make sure that's adjusted for your preference, okay? Another thing, you want to have in symbols, in the symbol setting, your time zone. So whatever time zone you're located in. If you don't necessarily know the UTC code for your state, Google's our friend. Look it up. What is the UTC code for said state that you're in? And then you're going to come here and place that in there. This gives you the accurate time for where you are in reference to what this stock that you're looking at is doing, the time and okay, that gives you. So this is an hour time frame, so it gives you more data, more candles. So you have to bring it out to get to where it is today. So this time, you don't want to be in New York East Coast time when you're operating on Cali time, right? So that you'll be behind, you'll be late. You'll be late to the party because Cali is 4 hours prior, right? So you don't want to be on East Coast time when you're living in Cali. So that's what that does for you. Okay, you want to make sure your time zone is appropriate for your state that you're in. Okay. Also, post market hours. So session gives you the ability to reflect. So you have two options here: regular trading hours or extended trading hours. I always use extended trading hours because I want, and that's what these columns represent. As you see, the majority of my chart here is this color over here to the right, a charcoal. So as you see these columns, you see different colors in columns. So you see a charcoal column in the middle. That's the regular American trading hours, which is at 9:30, the market opens for Americans to participate at 9:30. As you see at the bottom, black tab right there. 9:30 the market opens, and 4 p.m. the market closes. Okay, so it's within this charcoal column. In this blue column, that is the extended hours. The stock market is open, I want to maybe 18 hours out of the day. Not too sure the specific hours, but the stock market is open a large portion of a 24-hour window because it grants. So this from 4 p.m. up into 7:30 p.m. This is the extended aftermarket hours. So these market hours from 4 p.m. to 7:30 is a different country. A different country has the ability to participate in the stock market. So while we are done, they are on. Okay. From that 4 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And that's what this blue column represents. That's the aftermarket activity in a different country. This gold column represents the same thing, but it's pre-market. It's before our market opens and after the aftermarket closes at 7:30, then it opens back up at 4 a.m. for a different country. I believe this is the Asian market. Not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But this is a different country time to participate in our stock market. And it starts at 4 a.m. up into our market opens, I believe 9 a.m. Okay, so this is pre-market. This is the activity for pre-market. Okay, so the stock market is open from 4 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Okay, the most participated time frame, the most participated time frame is our trading time is at 9:30 to 4 p.m. That's where the most volume is in the American stock market. That's when the most volume, most people putting their money in, buying and selling and taking money out. Okay, so that's what those columns represent, and that's the settings you want on. And you can change your session colors to whatever colors you want to be represented. You can definitely do that. I have mine's gold and blue. So that is absolutely the top 3 things I would absolutely advise anyone who initially get their TradingView account up and running to have those 3 things situated. Then in the trading, so you're not going to be doing any trading, or you may. TradingView grants you the opportunity to buy and sell through TradingView, but with an attached brokerage to your TradingView account. Okay, I don't utilize that option via TradingView. I just have a separate brokerage, Webull. I have a E-Trade. I have a Webull, E-Trade, a Robinhood. So I have different brokerage that I go to make my options contract transactions through. But you can do that by connecting a brokerage account to your TradingView. Then you'll be able to make the trades that you're looking at for the stock on TradingView. And how they do that, I turn these off on the settings, the trading settings, buy and sell buttons. They give you, you can buy, you can sell, instant order. So they give you everything that you would need to make a transaction for a contract or share. But I just use TradingView as my tool to analyze a stock, the price, the movement, the trend that it's in. So I use TradingView for that purpose. Okay. Again, the rest that you can do on TradingView is pretty much to your preference, okay? But I wanted to go over those 3 main important pieces because those are not preference. You want to have those correct, right? So you can be off to a good start initially. Another thing, this adjust for data dividends, you want that clicked. That's what that ADJ stand for down there. You want that clicked on because the price is represents that stock giving dividends, if that stock gives dividends or not. So you want that on because we want the most accurate pricing reflecting on these charts when we're looking at it, analyzing it for our participating entry and exits on these stocks. Okay, so we have those main pieces down. So this bar right here that I have here, this bar comes from the tools on the left. All of these tools they give you so you can mark up your chart. That's what it is. It's tools to mark up your chart. And why you want to mark up your chart? Because when you're looking at a chart, the stock or the ETF that you're looking at it because you want to see where's the best area to participate in that stock or ETF, and what trend is that stock or ETF in. So those are the two main things I look at a stock chart or ETF chart to gather information about. Is it in an upward or a downward trend? Where's the main areas of best entry? Right? So that's what I'm looking for at when I look at a stock or ETF chart. So the tools allow you to put visual pieces on your chart for you to satisfy those questions that I just told you I ask myself of a chart. I then place a highlight on the star next to the said tool that I use most often. So I use the trend line most often. So I put a star there, and then that star is that tool is reflected on a bar that I don't have to go back over here and select. I just go right to my bar and select it if I want it on my chart. So that's what that bar down here represents, and that's how things get on that bar. You click the star on that tool. So I use my horizontal line a lot to look for my support and resistance areas. The trend line I use a lot to place to see what direction that asset, stock, or ETF is traveling in. If it's traveling in a downward trend or upward trend, I use my trend line for that. What else? I think that's it out of there. My Fibonacci retracement, my Fibonacci base fib extension, I use those thoroughly. Fibonacci is a extremely useful skill to know about. I teach that in my Discord as well, my community for all of the technical analysis traders. Definitely tap in. Those Fibonacci tools here are used, so I have those starred and to be in my tab right there, so I don't have to go back in here. That's pretty much it. And nope, that's not it. Arrows, rectangles. Rectangles I use a lot because the market is not as accurate, right? You have zones, so you have areas instead of using your horizontal line gives you a flat line. So sometimes you want to gauge an area zone around that flat line to know that it can go and touch in, right? So I use that rectangle a lot. So I highlight that, the path, arrow marker, the brush, right? I use those a lot. And the price note in the text I use a lot. So I starred those, and those are reflected down here. So I don't have to go inside it, these tabs and go in the sub and then pull them out. So I don't have to do that. I put it right here. So it's here for me. This is pretty cool when I show where we are called to get in right? I show the level, that level reflects on the watch list, you know, that, yeah, so I use that a lot. Yeah, so all of these I use, right? I use that a lot. The arrows, pretty cool, I like, right, to show, you know, for reference, right? But these are the main ones I use. That trend line, look at that. I want to check out this trend. How's this QQQ looking? Oh, QQQ is in the uptrend. That thing is up. Even though the market went down Friday, the QQQ overall in the uptrend. Like from this date to here is up. It's going up. So, you know, I use that trend line a lot to let me know if that that asset, stock, or ETF is in an upward trend or a downward trend, right? So those things. So these, the text, you can add notes on there. Remember, right? You can add notes on there for yourself. Remember to, you know, so you can add notes on there. So I use the text a lot, right, to remind myself what I analyzed on that chart. I put a date, and then when I come back over it, I check it out, see if, you know, pretty cool. This rectangle, what I mentioned, right? So right here, if this area was an area, you see, you want to place your area instead of having it aligned. So let's say it's an area, right? So, and then with that, as you see down here, it comes and shows you about that. You can change the colors inside it. You can change the color overall. So yeah, pretty cool, very cool tools. Absolutely very cool tools that TradingView allows us to use for free. As I say, these tools to the side are free. Now the indicators that you put on your chart and all of those things, the you know, those are advanced things that I don't think beginners need anyway. You really don't, right? Those for advanced technical analysis, traders or individuals who want to learn technical analysis need, right? But for beginners, you only need to utilize these tools on the side. That's pretty much it. And to know what these times are on the top, right? And I believe these times that you are seeing on the top, I have starred, right? So the 1 minute time frame, you don't really need, right? Okay, so these time frames, let's go over that, all right? So I told you about the tools, all right, that on the left hand side here, what those are, right? So let's start up here on the top tab. Start on the top tab. So this search bar is, you can search up any stock, any ETF. So this is the SPY ETF, right? So you can pull it up, right? Pull that up right here. Okay, you can do another one to compare, right? QQQ. Let's do that. All right, you can do another one to compare. So you have both up there. You see that? So we have this one, which is, I believe, the, yep, as you see to the, sorry, let's go. As you see here to the right, it shows us the color tabs, which is which. Okay, what we got here? Hold on, why are we not? Okay, you see to the right over here, the SPY is orange right here, the pink is QQQ. So that pink represents QQQ. Okay, you could hide it, leave it open. You can change the colors and things with utilize. So you can do a bunch of things with those tools. Okay, that they allow you to go through when clicking on the asset that's on your chart, right? So we're gonna go ahead and take that off. That's a comparison. If you want to compare two assets together, okay, you can hit that one. And now we move over to the time frames. So we're on the daily time frame, which is an important time frame that we'll get to on analyzing a chart, right? Breaking it down, checking out where the best supports and resistance levels are. You know, we'll get to that on another video. So you do that on the daily chart, any high time frame chart, daily, monthly, 4 hour, weekly. So those are important. Those time frame charts are very important. Anything 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, day traders use those time frames because they want to see the market movement. They want to see the market movement. They want to see all of the market movement because they want to be able to take advantage in that day. They don't want it to wait to do anything after 11 o'clock type deal. So they want immediate movement. So this first 10-minute candle, this second 10-minute candle, and possibly these last two 10-minute candles, a day trader wants to be able to see that, to take advantage of this downtrend. And you'll only be able to see that in a lower time frame. See, on this 10-minute time frame, you kind of see it, but for a day trader, they want to see inside of this one. They want to see inside of this 930 candle. As it's big on the 10-minute, if I go down lower, look at that. Oh, so these are, so look at that. That big one turned into two reds. So a day trader want to check it out on the minute because they want to get in that puppy. They want to get in that puppy from the top down if it's going down. Because if you are inside a put contract, that is you saying it's going down, if you are trying to participate in a put contract saying it's going down, you want to be in that baby at the top, at the very top, because that's where the best profits, right? Riding it all the way down. You want to be at the top, riding it all the way down. And then you'll get the maximum profit, okay? So in order for a day trader to see the very top, as we shown, right? Look inside that 5 minute right here. So you see that. That's Friday, as you see at the bottom black tab. This is Friday, August 1st at 9:30. Right? So on this 5 minute, you see this whole big red candle. A day trader could benefit, but how are they gonna know to get in this thing, where to get in? On this 5 minute, they only know wait for it to close or get in it here, right? Which is high risk. So they can't take advantage of this first candle, right? Until here, till 9:35. Now they could take advantage at, look to the right, that black tab over to the right, that's reflecting the price level at 624.25. So that was the best time for them to get in on this 5 minute candle, okay? And then ride it down. But let's say they wanted all of that. So to be able to take advantage getting in on this 9:30 candle here, you got to go down to the minute. And when you go down to the minute, candle, that's Thursday, Friday right here, Friday. When you go down to the minute candle, look, now they could take advantage. Look at that. So the market opened here at 9:30. Okay, it came down. Then that 9:31, it came back up here. So 9:25.55, they could have took advantage of the put downward trend at the highest right here, safety wise. 625.55, opposed to, we looked on the 5 minute, it was down by 624 area that they could have took advantage of it. So that's almost a point difference, and that point makes a heck of a difference inside of an ETF contract that you could have took, that could have been towards your profit. A 1 point move towards your profit is darn near 50 to 60%. So That's the difference of these time frames. Okay, so again, the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, up to the 30 minute, that's day traders. They want to see close where they can get in and get out at. Okay, anything above 30 minutes or 1 hour to a daily is traders who swing traders, scalp traders, right? Scalp traders could benefit also from the lower time frame, the hour, the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute. They benefit also because a scalp means I see a movement, I want to get in that movement and get out when that movement's done. Okay, a swing trader says, oh, I see a movement, it may be in a pattern or something, I want to get in it because it's at its low right here, and I'm going to give it a couple days to come back up to a level or go down to a level. So you want to see that on the hour, 4 hour, or daily time frame to analyze that, to be able to take advantage of that type of movement. That is kind of how my community benefit from stock options. But we have the ability to get in day trading, scalping, swing, leaps, right? Leaps is I see a movement, a best entry for a stock, a good value stock came down or is at its highest, at a great entry for, we think it may go to do the next movement. And I'm going to give it 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to a year to do it. That's what a leap is, okay? Giving it time to do it. And you analyze the stock on a higher time frame to do that. So a week, a month. So yes, so that's the importance of your chart time frames, okay? So again, I have mines up here. They're up there because I starred them, right? So when you star your best chart time frames, they remain up top, so you don't have to go into the sub option no more. They're there for you. Okay. The next thing to the right on that tab is you have ability to select candlestick, this being a candlestick or not. You have the ability to select that. That's in a way, it's not allowing me to select that. Okay, it's not allowing me to select that at the top, right? Oh, there we go. There we go. Candlesticks, right? So you can change the representation of that stock or ETF price representation on your chart. So right now, our price and time frame representation is a candlestick. I like candlesticks because they are awesome. They show you clearly a whole price movement of a stock. They show you. So this represents the price movement of SPY, being we on the daily time frame. SPY 1 day, which was Friday. This represents Friday, SPY's price movement. So SPY was at its high, 626.38, went down to, you see that wick? That's called the wick, right? A little stem. That means it started right here at 626.18, came all the way down to the bottom of that wick right there at 619.36, and was bought up. So it pushed up and closed here at 621.47. So I like candlesticks because I can easily see what it represents. But you can change that representation by going inside of this expression, right? So you can use bars, you can use any expression to show the price of that stock. But again, I like to use candlesticks because I want to see all of that for the day. See, this don't tell you that day, right? It just gives you highs and lows pretty much. But I want to see a little bit more. I want a little bit more data, right? And the candlestick allows me to see that. Okay, so what the next one we have indicators. So this is what I was saying, the free version of TradingView don't allow you to take advantage of these indicators that you can add to your chart. Right? There's thousands of indicators that individuals create to contribute to the trading technical analysis community to be able to use, right? And all of these indicators are helpful for you to analyze some different patterns or some different important pieces that the chart is showing you. Okay, so this allows you to have that on there without you having to guess it and things, right? So as you see, this one we used, as you see this right here, if there are any new predictions in the symbol. So that's what this indicator did, which is unuseful to me, right? But this indicator, MACD, moving average convergence divergence, this is what the MACD shows, which is very good to use. When you learn about the MACD and how it's used, and it helps you to know if a stock is moving under average price, right, and it's going lower, right? This gives you a trend if that stock is going low or if that stock is going high, as you see, representing that blue line and orange line, and the volume bars show how much in the direction that it's going to go. So that's an important indicator that I use as well on my charts to give me more confluence, right? Salute to the OG. Confluence is very, very, very important when you are entering into your stock options contracts. You want to make sure you have the best probability that you are in the right lane and zone of purchasing that contract. You want that, right? If you don't have that, then you're freestyling, and nothing comes to a freestyle but a possible heavy boo. So we don't want boos, we want applause. So with that, we want to be prepared. Utilize your confluences, right, before you attack. All right, so that's what that does, the indicators. So again, I have a affiliate with TradingView. If you don't have TradingView, please consider using my affiliate link. I believe you could possibly get some benefits as well when getting a new member TradingView. So we both could benefit if you utilize my affiliate link. The link is below. I would be super appreciative of that. So with that, we can move forward. So the next we have is the indicator template, and you can save your indicator template where you can just pull it up, right? Different indicators for different times that you may want to be fancy, right? So you could do that. Another thing that I didn't mention, okay, so the next one is create an alert. So this gives you ability to create an alert at a specific level, right? You can do that also by right-clicking. You're right-clicking on at a level, and right here, add an alert. So this at this 609 level, right? It sets an alert that triggers your cell phone or your email. You could put a message on that alert. Look for bounce, right? You could put a message on that alert. So then that message, so when that stock or asset comes to that level, it's going to alert you via your cell phone or your email. And then it's going to pop up with the name. Look for a bounce, and you can immediately now go to that to that stock and see what you want to do. You want to participate, you want to buy it, you want, you know, so yes, that's extremely important. I use that alert often. All right. You have a replay, right? You have the ability to replay the day. Right? You could replay the day, what happened in the market that day. I utilize this often because of my community and what we provide and the services we provide. We always want to go back and show some things, right? And for our community to be confident, right? So it takes you back a day or whatever you select on there, and you can play it. You can play it, and then it'll show you. Look, it showed you what it did. We're on the daily, so that's why I just showed you that bar. But if you go on the hour, you'll see a few moves, right? A few moves that happened on Friday. Let me zoom out to get us close to Friday's action right here. Okay. So again, this column, charcoal column, is our trading day from 9:30 to 4 p.m. Right? And then if I select Friday, that's going to go away. Yeah, so now this is Friday. This is the next move that we're looking to see. And then we press play. As you see, it'll come and show. Boom, here we go. Started. Okay, so that's a pretty cool feature for sure, right? For teaching purposes, for referencing purposes, for, you know, for just, it's a really good feature. So it shows, it goes all the way. All right, so we get out of that. And then that arrow is to repeat, right? Repeat, go redo, right? Go redo or move forward, right? Then you have the square is the layout. So again, this one is a premium feature. Like the indicators, you can change the layout, add different, you know, stocks that you want to look at the same time, right? So you can do that. That's what that's for. And then you save. You can save, right? And then on this right side, we have, you can make folders and place specific stocks in indices and indexes inside of those folders that you might want to be, you know, separate to be looking at. Okay, so that's what that is. That's what that gives you, some organization, right? Yep, so that's pretty cool. And then, yeah, so that's a brief overview of what TradingView provides. Okay, so I thank you for your time. I hope that you have got something out of that. And yeah, consider joining our community. We're pretty robust over here at Stock Options Chart Party in the Discord. So I thank you for your time. I salute you, and be on the lookout for the next video. Thank you.